was away from school grounds. The vote was 8-1. Justice Clarence Thomas dissented. The case concerned Brandy Levy, a Pennsylvania high school student who had expressed her dismay over not making the varsity cheerleading squad, and she chose to express her dismay with a colorful, shall we say, an expletive-laden Snapchat message to about 250 people. She sent the message on a Saturday from the Cocoa Hut, a convenience store popular with the kids. It included an image of Ms. Levy and a friend with their middle fingers raised, along with a string of words expressing the same sentiment. Using a swear word 4 times, Ms. Levy objected to school, softball, cheer, and everything, and the school suspended her for that. They kicked her off the cheerleading squad completely. She said, well, I should be able to say what I want off the school grounds.
Well, of course.
And the Supreme Court agreed with her. They said the school violated. It's all in the past. The damage has been done to Ms. Levy, but at least she has the satisfaction of knowing, well, I was right, wasn't I? Let's see here, some more stuff. Utah's fire danger, of course, is the highest in the United States, and you know why? Tinder dry fuel. I think that's sort of an obvious headline, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is so bad out there, but and they're thinking of even that there could be fires on park strips because people, they're allowing the grass is dying, and there could be fires in people's front lawns. So fire danger is exceptionally high. Please just be careful. Somewhere in Utah, in the wilderness, just off a hiking trail in the northern part of the state, a treasure chest containing $10,000 in cold, hard cash is buried, waiting to be unearthed. Given an obscure, cryptically written poem as a clue and a vague idea of where the chest could be, hundreds of folks have already headed to the great outdoors, again in search of the reward. The activity's organizers, John Maxim and David Klein, tell ABC4 that their self-funded treasure hunt has already received national attention. Some people are planning on flying in from as far away as Atlanta or Hawaii in search of the prize.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's see if we can figure it out.
Let's see if the poem is here. Here it is. Begin your search where hikers rest.
Okay.
So it's campground.
All right.
Majestic slopes all facing west. Through the tunnel of emerald green, follow the river, creek, or spring. When the blackbird clicks, turn to port. If you've reached the end, I don't care.
What?
If you reach the end, you've come up short. Begin to climb when your path swings north, picking your way back and forth. Soon you'll find you're not alone. Greet the bear made out of stone. Along the bottom of the cliffs is key. The chest awaits beneath the tree with treasure in hand. Enjoy the views, the sun-kissed reds and salty blues.
Wait, I think I know where that is. It's under my chair.
It's right there.
There it is. Oh, look, let's see what's inside.
Is there $10,000 in there?
No, but there's a little Quisp Funko Pop.
No, that's not it. That's
not it?
That's not what they're looking for.
I swore that's what the treasure was.
I just saw this, and there is video of them you can see them with the money and all of that, and with the chest and burying it and all of that. So, there's this. I don't know where this came from, but it's 10 things that you should know before you decide to move to Utah.
Well, it's too late for us. We're here
we should take some time with this list. We shouldn't rush this list.
Okay, I'll save it.
I'm very curious.
Yeah. I'll save it.
Save that and let's do it either later or tomorrow because I'm dying to know.
And apparently, Harrison Ford has been. Now there are not really many details about this, but apparently, so they're filming a new Indiana Jones movie. And yes, he's playing. I know I'm Indiana Jones. Isn't that who I'm playing in this one?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. I just want you to know I don't like being here.
Doesn't like being anywhere.
Well, yeah.
Just look at his face. He doesn't like being anywhere.
I don't like. I just want you all to get off of my world. He's been injured in rehearsing for a fight scene.
Is he okay?
Well, I'm in a sling. I'm gonna have to film around me.
Somewhere around me.
Just film. You're gonna have to film around me on this.
First of all, he belongs in a museum. Secondly, I guess they're going to young him up a little bit in this. Is the rumor?
With the special effects.
I have no proof. This is the rumor because there was a picture of him and one of his co-stars, and they zoomed in on his face, and he had the dots all over his face, the motion capture dots. And so the rumor is that they're going to young him up for this one. But
I'll tell you, listen, I got pins in my hip from that plane crash. Okay, pins in my hip.
it's okay to recast Indiana Jones, Mr. Spielberg.
No, it's fun. I'm Indiana Jones, but you'll have to film around me.
We've had many James Bonds.
That's fine. I just have to go home with Callista, and I don't want to be there either. I don't want to be anywhere.
All right. Let's get to Boner Fight then, shall we?
It's Boner Fight. With Radio from Hell on X96.
Did you see The Fugitive? I was good in that.
You were.
I was great in that.
You were very young in that one. You know.
I know.
Long
Listen,
time ago.
we're going to do The Fugitive 2. On the Run Again. Dr. Sam Shepard on the run again.
I didn't kill my wife.
No.
I don't care.
If I go home, Callista's in for it, though.
All right.
All right, here we go. Boner candidate number 1 from the 7 o'clock hour. He did it on the wrong testicle. A Tampa surgeon performing surgery. He had marked the testicle that he was supposed to be performing a procedure on, but for some reason he performed the procedure on the other testicle. This is terrible. He operated on the wrong testicle. Going up against number 2, just adopt a shelter pet, will you? Stop taking in wild animals as pets. You Utahns who find them in the wilderness, you find these baby animals, they're so cute. Oh, we'll have them be a pet, yeah. I've seen that video of the guy with the raccoons. Very cute. No, don't do it. Just adopt a shelter animal if you need a pet. That's number 2.
All right. There we go. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates which one is the worst, which one should be Boner of the Day for today. 1 or 2, remember your candidate number. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text it to 33986. Easy, 33986. All right? Or call the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. They will take your voice votes in there. And you can also vote online, x96.com. Now, once the page loads, refresh your browser so that the box that says Boner Fight June 23, 2021 appears. I ask you to do that because we just put it up on the website and they don't load right away. So there you go. Vote online. You have until the end of these messages. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day. Okay, 9:38. Let's award boner of the day.
Before we announce the winner, Harrison Ford injured on the set of Indiana Jones while rehearsing a fight scene, and I found another story about it. It says here, production will continue with the appropriate course of treatment being evaluated, and the filming schedule will be reconfigured as needed in the coming weeks. Like I said, they're going to film around me. That's exactly what that means. They film around it. All right, so here we go. The boner of the day, brought to you in part by Dinner Gone Wrong.
And Young Power Sports in Centerville, Utah's newest power sports dealer. Tri-City Performance is now Young Power Sports in Centerville, your Polaris and Victory motorcycle dealer. See inventory online at youngpowersports.com.
We just had the two candidates, which were pretty strong, I thought, both of them. The don't adopt wildlife animals. That was number 2. But it was not strong enough to overcome the ouch factor, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Of having the wrong nut noodled with. Surgeon operating on the wrong testicle. People just, it's probably mostly men voting, I would think. And it wins boner of the day.
That's boner of the day for June 23rd, 2021. Now qualified to be boner of the week. Go ahead and hit that, Katie, and let's...
The following is a sponsored feature.
Let's get Tyler Teeples on the phone from Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Hey, that name has a really nice ring to it, Tyler. Tyler Teeples.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
I like the way that's said. What's your middle name?
James.
Tyler James
Well,
Teeples.
they should call you TJ then, right? Were you ever a
Some
TJ?
Some people.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Tyler has been how long have you been an HVAC guy, Tyler?
16 years.
All with Scott Hale, or did you work someplace else before?
I've only ever worked for one other place. I've been with Scott for most of that.
Okay.
Okay.
So people have questions about their air conditioning, especially now when it's so damn hot. How do you know when it's time to repair it or just junk it and get a new one?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, kind of expected life of furnaces and air conditioners is like 8 to 15 years. So, I mean, kind of for me, if you're looking at a unit that's more than 8 years old and you start to look at pretty intensive repairs, a lot of times it makes sense to at least explore the idea of replacing it, you know.
If you have to dump a bunch of money into it every season, it just becomes ridiculous waste of money, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And like we're with the change in refrigerants now, we're no longer using R22, and so R22 is really expensive. And so if we're looking at big repairs with refrigerant, you know, then kind of at that point, it really doesn't make sense to fix them anymore.
What kind of refrigerants do you use now? What is it?
Yeah, so it's called R410A. So it's just the new environmentally friendly refrigerant that we're using now. And we've been using it for many years. R22 is just what air conditioners use forever and ever and ever. But it was harmful to the environment, so we are not using that anymore.
Oh, that was Freon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's all Freon to me.
It's refrigerants, yeah.
Yeah.
So Tyler, you go to a person's house. They're having trouble. They call Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. They send you out to evaluate their air conditioning unit. How do you gently tell them?
Well, I mean, so
It's
for
time.
us, we're always going to come to you with like 3 different options, right? Where the first option is like, we have to do this to get you back up and going. The second option is going to be, you know, these are the things that really probably should be done. And then option C is always going to be, you know, it may be just time to look at a new one.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for us is we don't ever want to tell somebody that they need a new one. We don't ever want to be the people that come to you and say, sorry, man, it's time for a new one. Because, you know, if you want to fix it, great. We can definitely fix it. Whether or not that makes sense, that has to be completely up to you.
Yeah. So, you know, and it pays to really develop a relationship with your HVAC person, the guys that work on your furnace and air conditioning. You develop a relationship with them. They get to know the equipment, and then they can better serve you, the customer, if they've worked on it for a number of years, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because if you're using the same, if you're using us for years and years and years, then our office is always going to try and get the same technician back that already is familiar with the system and and that way if there is small issues, we can kind of keep an eye on those and make sure that those aren't getting worse.
Yeah. So do the tune-ups, Scott Hale. I think that's still a $39 tune-up at Scott Hale.
With as hot as it is, we're pretty backed up on those right now. But we always recommend doing tune-ups. We also have a $100 off of any $400 repair right now.
Okay. So it's Scott Hale, Plumbing, Heating, and Air, 801-264-HALE. That's 264-HALE. And maybe if you're lucky enough, the technician that comes to your place, Technician Tyler Teeples. That would be good. Thanks, Tyler.
Oh, we lost him. Well, thank you, Tyler.
Just at the right moment we lost him, I guess.
Yeah, just at the right time. Thank you, Tyler. All right, we will take a break, and we'll be back after these, X96. It's 9:51.
Did you want to mess with this list of?
Yeah, let's take a look at it and see.
All right. This is 10 things that outsiders should know before moving to Utah.
Is number one.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
It's number one on the list that you should set your preset on your radio to 96.3 so you can hear Radio from Hell in the morning. That's not number one.
No, it's not. So if you're trying to move to Utah, if you're thinking of moving to Utah, here are the things you should be aware of. I mean, first of all, it's just hard to find a place to live right now.
Yeah.
You should know that the Great Salt Lake is not a great place to go for a swim.
No.
And you would be amazed at how many people think, well, that's one of the things I want to do. I want to take a dip in the Great Salt. Nope.
No, you don't.
No.
It's gross.
Not good.
Smells bad.
You should try to understand the LDS culture. Of course, many of us who've been living here for years and years or were born here, we're still trying to understand that. But there is a strong influence of the LDS Church in Utah, and a lot of people, I think, don't realize how strong that is.
When my dad moved here, Tom Barberi, to do radio from San Jose, California, he was upset on his radio show that his football game was being preempted by conference.
Yeah.
And he went on and on about that on the radio, and he got called into his boss's office and said, you cannot go on the radio and complain about your football game being preempted by
General Conference. Yeah. That's not a wise thing to do.
Nope.
It says here, you should know that before moving to Utah that Sundays are pretty easygoing. Maybe a little too easygoing. Because you're going to find a lot of things are closed on Sunday. So beware of that. You should also know that Salt Lake City has a growing homelessness problem.
Yes.
All big cities do.
Well, San Francisco's apparently just horrible right now, but you're going to find pretty bad homelessness problem here as well. Prepare for the inversion.
Yes.
Okay. You should also brief yourself on Utah's alcohol laws, state-run liquor stores, and we are not the only place that has odd liquor laws, but just be aware that they are different than what you might be used to, and it's also very important that you root for the local teams.
Do I have to?
Yes. Don't come here if you're from.
Better start.
If you're from Boston and you're a Red Sox fan, or if you're a Nets fan, New Jersey Nets fan, don't come here and still root for the New Jersey Nets.
It's the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, it's Brooklyn now, isn't it? That's
okay.
right. They
It's
moved
not
to
New
Brooklyn.
Jersey anymore.
It used to be New Jersey.
All right, I promise not to root for the New Jersey Nets. Okay.
But you should know that you shouldn't keep your team affiliation from your home state, or just don't do that.
Okay.
And also vote for local college teams. Root for them. And Salt Lake is a very progressive city. You should know that. It really is very progressive. It's Utah's most progressive city, I would say. It's Utah and Milford are the two very progressive.
Wow.
With Salt Lake just edging out Milford.
Yeah, that Milford Pride Parade is really awesome.
Then you should know about fry sauce. Just people go, what?
Embrace
What's that? It's funny, too, when you Utahns go elsewhere and they get a hamburger and fries, and they say, could I get some fry sauce with that? They really usually don't know what the hell you're talking about. If you want to go on a nice vacation, it's a very short time away from the city. You can be in the mountains in half an hour. You can be away from it all very quickly when you come to Salt Lake, or to any place in Utah for that matter. Particularly Salt Lake and Milford, though.
Yeah.
Because Salt Lake, you can go up in the canyons where it's beautiful and nice. And if you live in Milford, or if you move to Milford, you can go to the hog farm, the giant hog farm.
To get away?
Yeah, take a dip in the hog lagoon, and, that's a good getaway. So those, they say, are some of the things that outsiders should be aware of.
Now, I'm surprised that I don't have a problem with this list.
Yeah.
You know,
That's-
usually, because usually these kind of lists are made by folks who just kind of know.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like
Somebody
the person
that knows.
the
Yeah.
person who did this list, more than kind of knows.
Oh, I missed this one. 10, you should know that there are 10 words that only Utahns use.
Bill, save that for Utah Word of the Day.
Well, I'm going to look
Well,
at it here.
let's see how accurate they are, because a lot of times people get these wrong.
10 words that only Utahns use.
Okay.
Sloughing.
Huh.
They don't say sloughing in other places?
Apparently not much. Skipping class, ditching work. I'm sloughing. Apparently they don't. Let's see. Funeral potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fry sauce. We do. Ward. My ward.
You need to know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy war. Yeah, let's forget
Yeah.
that.
That's
What?
slowly.
No, that's important.
No, that one's slowly going away, isn't
No,
it?
it isn't. They're trying to make it go away, Carrie. Don't buy into it.
You should know what the word mountain means.
Mountain.
Mountain. It means mountain. And then Utahns, they say here, use a lot of non-curse words, curse words.
Oh, okay.
Heck, frick, dang, shoot, things like that. Fudge. Do we hear fudge much anymore?
I don't hear fudge much anymore.
Yeah. Dirty Diet Coke. That's a thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. And, so there it is.
All right.
Okay.
Well, okay, there you go.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
That wasn't bad.
Okay, it wasn't a bad list.
No.
Steph can confirm the sloughing one. I was looked at like I had spoken in a different language when I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are we? I think we
Promo?
got all our business done, right? Let's do the promo and get out of here then.
Here we go. After some,
What?
hang on.
What you're,
Hang on. I'm sorry. My email was not in the right position. I didn't see Gina has a line before me.
It's all right.
Go ahead.
We're getting closer to the weekend. Don't worry. We still have Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
After some farting around, Carrie will have the latest in geek news for us at 6:45.
then right after that at 7 a.m., it's time for Beat Gina. We have a wonderful Radio from Hell face mask for any listener that dares challenge Gina's trivia knowledge.
And then at 7:45, Mayor Mendenhall is back with us for the latest Salt Lake City update.
Of course, there'll be more than that for Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Okay, that's it. I got to go.
All right. I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Are there donuts in Cambodia?
Corey is next.